And another winter storm is on its way, bringing snow and frigid temperatures to a large part of the country again. Mary Bruce tells us more.
Here we go again. Much of the U.S. bracing for the return of frigid Arctic conditions. Remember this? Just 2 weeks ago, the country was paralyzed by a deep freeze. Cars in Pennsylvania frozen to the ground. Fountains in the deep south turned into ice sculptures. Rivers transformed into glaciers. Well, it's back. A new polar plunge is expected to spread sub-zero temperatures from the Midwest to the Northeast. 11 states under advisories waking up to bitter cold and bone-chilling winds. In Chicago, where we saw the cold air rush in when this man opened his window. Today, areas around the Windy City expecting as much as 2 inches of snow an hour. It will feel like 22 degrees below zero. And it's heading east.
Heavy snow spreads from West Virginia to the eastern seaboard up and into coastal New England. Some spots as much as 6 to 12 inches. That includes Long Island, the New York City area, back on towards D.C.
Crews in Virginia are working round the clock to prepare, spraying roads to keep the ice and snow from sticking. These plows on Long Island stand at the ready.
If the storm stays on track, it's perfectly timed to disrupt the evening commute home.
I hope it's not going to get too bad before I get home.
While this new blast is not expected to be quite as cold as the polar vortex we experienced earlier in the month, it could hold on for longer. This new chill is expected to last until the weekend. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Chris loves when we say the polar vortex. Now, what are the snow chances here in south central Kentucky? Let's head over to Chris for the latest forecast.
First Alert Weather is brought to you by the Medical Center.
It's mostly the misuse of the term polar vortex. The networks like to take it and go, oh, like this has never happened before. It's a buzzword to them. The polar vortex is always there. Even in the summer, we just got a piece of it, a piece of that back 2 weeks ago. And now we're going to get another piece of energy coming through this morning. That's what we're seeing right now on First Alert Live Doppler radar. Snow showers beginning to move into the area, and some of this is rather intense back to the west. So this is going to be a very fast system. We're already getting some reports of snow even east of Bowling Green and I-65 from Barren County over to Metcalfe County. A little bit of snow coming down there. Expect some hazardous travel as we continue through the morning. Right now, the temperature 35 degrees. That's going to go down, and the winds are going to ramp up. In fact, very windy with snow coming down back to our west. This is a big area of snow, but a fast-moving area, so we're not looking at for everybody asks, how much snow we're going to get out of this? Well, you're not going to get a lot. You may get an inch in some cases. Some higher amounts north of the Parkway area, the Western Kentucky Bluegrass Parkway area, could get several inches out of this. But as far as the Bowling Green, Southern Kentucky area, dusting up to an inch, and that's going to happen here within the next hour or two. Well, let's show you the winter weather advisory that's in effect, and as you can see, it kind of lines up from Calhoun, McLean County through Ohio, Butler, into Warren County, and then down to the border, kind of in a northwest to southeast slant, and that's the direction this upper-level energy is moving through. And down to the south of us in Tennessee, that's a wind advisory that's in effect, and that's going to be the big component today. Besides a little bit of snow that's going to come with it, there's going to be a whole lot of wind and a whole lot of cold that is about to happen here in southern Kentucky in quick fashion. Temperatures right now in the mid-30s across the area. We haven't seen the dip in the temperature back to the west yet, but we know it's about to happen, and we can tell that by the winds. Look at this, a 24-mile-per-hour wind gust in Madisonville out of the northwest. Same for Hopkinsville out of the northwest at 20. A 23-mile-per-hour wind gust within the last few minutes over in Greenville. As you can see, the wind's fairly calm to the east, but this is a sign that the winds are going to pick up and the temperatures are about to drop rapidly. In fact, during the afternoon, we're only going to be in the mid-20s across the Bowling Green area and the Barren River Lake area. That's our hometown forecast today, courtesy of the Kentucky Lottery Powerball jackpot, which for Wednesday night is estimated to be at $131 million. Mega Millions estimated to be at $51 million. We're looking live down Scottsville Road this morning. It's quiet here. We've had a few snow flurries, 35 the current temperature, but it feels like 32. The winds have yet to pick up here in Bowling Green, but that's about to happen here shortly. As we look to Munfordville, here's our AAA Systems Weather Cam network. You're at 33 degrees this morning. Franklin and Simpson County, you're starting out at 35 degrees. It's cloudy, but you're about to get some of that light precipitation moving in, and so is Russellville. In fact, Russellville, you'll be getting some snow here shortly. You're at 36, and the winds will start to pick up there in Logan County here in the next little bit. 36 at the airport, but look at the teens and single digits off to the north and west of us. We're only 1 degree cooler than yesterday at this hour, but look at the big cool down to the northwest of us. 20 to 25, even 30-degree drops in temperature. And that's what this front is going to do. No, don't focus on the snow so much. That's going to be on the pecking order here, about second, third, or even fourth place. The cold and the wind. And then the cold that's going to stay locked in after this snow moves through is going to be the big deal for the rest of the work week. This is going to move out pretty rapidly today. We're going to find the snow mainly this morning, tapering off as we get into the afternoon, but it's going to cause some hazardous driving driving conditions, and maybe even some hazardous throat conditions too. But as we go on through the afternoon and evening hours, partly cloudy skies overnight, temperatures diving down into the teens in some cases the next few nights, maybe even, as Tina loves, the single digits over the coming days. As you look at the 7-day forecast, we see that happening over the next few days. 36 today, windy, colder. That's our high for the day. Temperatures dropping into the 20s this afternoon. 12 overnight low tonight as the snow showers end. Then tomorrow, the next few days, pretty quiet weather, but very cold. 22 for Thursday. There's that single digit 9. I could have went with 10 just to make you feel better, but you know, I tried to be meteorologically
but you
correct.
Don't want to make me feel better?
No.